episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up, everybody? Tuning in from wherever you're tuning in from. It's Gas presents Sports for the Culture. I'm the host for the evening. It's your boy Scruff Lion. You know what I'm saying? Rocking the new look today. Got the bifocals. You feel me? I upgraded. You feel me? I'm on the call me Scruff Lion, aka Dr. Umar tonight. Let me go ahead and introduce. The fellas. Top right, introduce yourself.
At Bryce, XXV, Double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer, a.k.a. my mama's favorite gas panelist, a.k.a. sad Commanders fan, man. It's been a rough season for us in Commander Land, and it's over. So season's over after the weekend. All right. Thanksgiving, I was looking towards this Cowboy Commander game. Now I'm eating my turkey with a real sad face. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, days like the Thanksgiving, I think about the fact that the Commanders is playing the Cowboys, and you know, obviously they changed the name, but you know, there's no philosophical reason for the Commanders to be playing on Thanksgiving anymore. So that said, let's get them the hell off the air. Bottom right, introduce yourself.
T-Boogie, man. You know what I'm saying? Wash your hands, wash your ass. AKA the apex predator. You know what I'm saying? They used to call me a bottom feeder. But every so often the great white comes to the surface. You already know, baby. Every so often.
He read it back.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what fantasy you're talking about, the great white comes to the surface. Hey, last couple of years, your boy ain't even been making the playoffs. But here I am staring the playoffs in the face. If my team stay the course, you know what I'm saying? We could make a run at it. And that's all we trying to do, man. Gas League AAU coach, man. We just won a chip a couple weeks ago. We back in a big tournament this weekend. Check out the kids, man. Gas League AAU on IG. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of good things. Happening in the household, man. And T Boogie took back the house, man. You feel me? They thought. You know, Big Shirley had it locked for the like 2-3 years running. But you know, things are turning around. You feel me? Looking like the Detroit Lions over there. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the Detroit Lions are the best team playing on Thanksgiving. That hasn't happened in years. Last but not least, certainly not least, my man with the Christmas tree in the background, feeling a little festive. I like it, bro.
Yeah, man. You know who it is. Your boy Young Rome 22, man. Back. Been off for a little minute, man. Got a hectic schedule going on around the holidays, but it's good to be back with you fellas. I see everybody's in good spirits. T over here talking about great whites. I must have missed a lot the last couple weeks. But let's get into it, man. Let's definitely get into it.
Hold on. I think you just ran into the great white this week.
Yo, I'm not acknowledging any Commanders talk, so go ahead, get it off now, because I'm not acknowledging no Commanders talk.
I'm talking about fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Oh no!
I'm talking, but don't worry.
Yo, we gotta kill this great white.
AT, what did he do?
No, we got it.
Hey, bro, I
see,
bro. I know you and T be doing that together,
bro.
Man. I thought that was just a T
Commander
thing.
Coleman, they ran into the great white and his team laid down, man. I don't know how else to explain it.
Oh, man.
It's been a rough year in the gas league for me in fantasy.
Apex Predator, baby.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a rough year for you in all leagues, bro. I mean, you have some of the most egregious trades I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, you almost
our record is the same in the big league, bro.
I'm still standing. I'm 11-11.
That doesn't change the fact that you made some crazy trades, man. I made some crazy trades.
I have more draft picks than you, is what I heard.
Okay. So that doesn't mean anything. Let's go ahead and get
Well,
into it.
when you got the same record, it kind of does. It doesn't mean anything if one team's way better than the other. All right. But
Hey, a wise man once said, "A good draft pick don't mean nothing if you don't pick the right guy." So, all right, man. Let's get into it, man. Last night was a great night, man. Great night for some football and a Super Bowl rematch with the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The difference in this situation was it was reverse of what happened in the Super Bowl, which means the Eagles actually came back and won the game, and the Chiefs coughed up the game at the end of the game. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, there was some timely passes that were dropped, and there were some timely passes and defensive stops that were made. So basically, the jux of the question is, who did the Chiefs win the game? I mean, the Chiefs lose the game, or did the Eagles win the game? T, I'm gonna start with you.
Chiefs lost that game, man. Anytime you drop a go-ahead touchdown, wide open at that, you lost that game. You effectively lost that game for your team, and you never really want to put a game on one player, one play. But no, that was the game. He hauls that in. Chiefs take that W home. Eagles offense, I mean, both offenses didn't really look like world beaters yesterday. Could have been the rain. Chiefs offense been kind of idling all season. Eagles offense kind of been idling with injuries. So I really thought that game came down to that drop. But it definitely looked like two legit teams, but it came down to that drop. So Chiefs lost it. Eagles didn't take it.
I respect that. I respect that. Shout out my guy Bob Dodds, long time listener. Go ahead and drop the fantasy football comments if you want some advice, brother. Bryce, man, what's your thoughts on the Chiefs and the Eagles in that game? Who do you think? Do you feel like it was more so the Chiefs not getting the job done, or do you feel like the Eagles seized the moment and rose the occasion?
Come on, man. Let's get specific. One man lost that game, bro. I hate to put it like this, it's a team sport, but Marquez Valdes-Scantling had that ball in the end zone, bro. Are we kidding right now? Let's not play games here, man. He had that ball in the end zone. He dropped it. Honestly, to me, like he kind of got a little too cute with the catch. You know what I'm saying, man? Grab the ball, pin the ball to your face mask, and whatever happens, man. Sometimes you fall hard, you hit the ground hard, and sometimes you don't, but you got to pin that ball. But he tried to catch the ball and turn around at the same time. Like, we're getting a little too cute now. But overall, I feel like the Chiefs haven't been too impressive this season. And the Eagles remind me of one of those teams like the Steelers a few years ago, and they were 11-0, that have been way better. Their record is way better than the team is, to me personally. That could be a hot take, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. I feel like I wouldn't be shocked to see a team a lot less. I play this. The Eagles have looked the same way against every team they played this year, and that doesn't bode too well for me. You know what I mean? Like, they played the Chiefs the same way they played the Commanders. I don't like that. They used to blow the bombs out and play tough with the great teams. I don't know, man. We'll see how it ends up, but haven't been too impressed with either of those teams this season. Despite the records. That's despite the records.
Okay. No love for the Eagles. Wrong. What is your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. I wouldn't even say the Chiefs lost it. I would say Valdes-Scantling lost it. I mean, my man had 3 targets in that game and 0 catches. You had 0 catches in a game where your team lost, and you had the ball in your hands to win the game, and you failed. So I mean, that's like, there was video of him like slamming his helmet against the side and going into the locker room and all that. Man, I don't want to see all that. Like, when you get in the locker room, that's some, you throwing hands with your teammates, bro. Like, you lost us the game. Pat Mahomes would have every reason to want to get in your face or have something to say to you after that. There's every reason for them to cut you out the game plan moving forward, bro. Like, this is completely egregious to me on his part. like, and not to pile on one player because I do hate to make it all about one player after a loss, but I don't know, man. Like to not contribute to the game at all, and then to have a chance to win it and fail like that falls directly on that player because I think the Chiefs overall did everything necessary to put themselves in position to win that game at the end. So I don't see how you could say the Eagles won it. Unlike Bryce, I have been impressed by the Eagles. I do think that I say right now, if we're talking right now, they're probably the uh, best team in the league right now. I would say in this exact moment. Does that mean that'll sustain and they'll go on some crazy run? I'm not going to go that far yet, but I say the Eagles are definitely one of the best teams in football right now. But they did not win this game more so than the Chiefs or Valdez-Scantling lost it.
You know, I have some thoughts on all the things that y'all had to say. Firstly, I agree with Rome. I think the Eagles have played pretty well this season. I think they haven't been overwhelming. I do agree with Bryce in the sentiment that they haven't been overwhelmingly dominant in either one of the games. But at the end of the day, you got to play the teams in front of you. And any given Sunday is, these are professionals on the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So any given Sunday, you know what I'm saying, you're going to play your opponent, you're going to beat the opponent in front of you. That's really all you can do. The Chiefs, man, the Chiefs are who we thought they were, in the words of Dennis Green. They are who we thought we were. We got a great quarterback here. He put the opposition in these guys to play, but he got, he putting to get together, you know what I'm saying, trying to string a shirt together with a couple threads. And that's what the receiving core is outside of Travis Kelce. You feel me? Something about playing Philly just get Kadarius Toney thinking that he actually is a decent player because that was the most productive he's been all season, and that still wasn't good enough to be anything really significant. Your boy Watson had the great catch, and obviously Valdez-Scantling gets the ultimate, the drag because he dropped a touchdown that would have won the game, and my heart came out of my chest for about 5 seconds, and it came right back inside. Thank God. But you know what I'm saying? That was pretty much looking at the deflation of how that feels. Y'all all been there as a fan. So I mean, I like what I've seen from the Eagles, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do to stop the team. And they came down the second half with a lot of big time stops. And I just want to say that the play where he was trying to spike the ball and Jalen Carter almost intercepted it might have been the craziest play I've ever seen a defensive lineman play as far as athletic ability. That boy different, for real. But yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Carter's a dog. But I do want to say this, man. For as much as you want to praise the Eagles for their record and finding ways to win games, that team is a tush-push band away from being pedestrian. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, if they're not getting big plays from AJ Brown, and maybe Hurts scrambles, they're not really lighting it up. I mean, if you could keep that team out of 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, they're very beatable. Now, doing that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's a different task altogether because most teams are just trying to get you in the 4th and 1. Where that's a team you need to get them 4th and 2, 4th and 3. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because they haven't peaked and maybe they'll peak later and go on a run. But right now, both teams I watched last night, while they could be Super Bowl contenders, I'd be shocked if either one of them won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I bet you they beat your 49ers, T. I bet you they beat your 49ers, T.
No, they won't.
I bet you they will.
Not the way they just played the Chiefs. I'm going to tell you why. 49ers going to score points, man. Like, just it is what it is. If the whole offense did, 49ers going to score points. No gimmicks, whatever you want. Deep ball, cross the middle, run, 49ers going to score. And with the addition of Chase Young, the addition of Chase Young has and I'm not even joking. But have you watched the highlights, bro? Tristan Wirfs has been beat, and it's not a 49ers segment, but since we're here, Tristan Wirfs has been beat on 1 sack this year, right? Beat for 1 sack. It was Chase Young. The fact that you got to pick between Chase Young or Bosa, and then you still have your boy Hargrave in the middle. Like the 49ers are able to send forward and get pressure and let the back end work. So it's gonna be tough to beat, man.
If you recall, man, a few weeks ago before the Dolphins game, I said the Eagles had a nice little stretch of games here. And I said that they would, I think, only have one loss through the stretch. So thus far, they have beaten the Dolphins, they have beaten the Commanders, they've beaten the Cowboys, they've beaten the Chiefs. Still on the docket, though, are the Bills, 49ers, and the Cowboys. So we shall see, but looking pretty good so far, standing the test of the battles that have come their way. So yeah, pretty good game, pretty good week of NFL action, man. Obviously, you know, we've been never not really touched too much on the NBA thus far this season, but I mean, I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. Kind of hard not to see it with the magnitude of these really crazy looking courts that they got. But the NBA in-season tournament has been happening. You know, my biggest question for y'all when it comes to the NBA in-season tournament is, does it mean anything to y'all? Are y'all buying it? Are y'all selling it? The NBA in-season tournament, is it just NBA regular season games with colorful courts, or does this mean something? And if it doesn't mean anything, what does it take to make it mean something? Bryce, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, no, I'm all in on the NBA in-season tournament, man. I think it's a great concept. First off, something that like a lot of other leagues kind of have already. You know, cups during the league, like, you know, President's Cups and Tournament Cups and all these different things. It's dope, and it gives the players a reason to fight, especially during games that tend to get boring and I don't want to say non-competitive because they're always competitive, but you know, at this point in the regular season, the games don't always hold that same level of intensity. You know what I mean? And I think adding this in-season tournament brings that. It also brings more eyes to those games, which the NBA is always going to be striving for. And I think that to the players, I think it'll mean something, especially once you put hardware behind it, you put a trophy with it. Yeah, it's going to start meaning something real soon. And I'll be interested to see what the NBA does with this moving forward. This could be a step in the direction of like eventually having maybe like some European teams competing in some sort of cup that they have every season. You know what I mean? So I think this could really be the beginning of something that branches out and becomes a lot larger for the NBA. But I'm all in on it, and I'm rocking with it so far. And I also think it's cool they're keeping up with the NBA in-season tournament MVP right now. And Tyrese Halliburton is currently number one on that ladder. So shout out to him for balling in those in-season games.
Yep. Currently, Pacers doing pretty good. They you know, generally. So that's interesting. T, man, you know, you a coach. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously, you know, you've been in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you're playing for a chip. There's all types of different tournaments and whatnot. These grown men here we talking about, you know, and it's not a championship. So does it really matter to these players? Do you feel like it is enough to make it interesting for them? Like, what do you think, T?
I mean, I'm kind of split. I do think it's a good idea. The NBA's season's too long, so instead of shortening it, they've tried to find a way to incentivize the games that might have been load managed a bit more, or guys might not have gone their hardest. What the in-season tournament does give you is a chance to see the guys that are ballers, right? The guys like Halliburton, some of the guys that some of the fans might not be too familiar with, the guys that are still playing for their reputation, they're playing for accolades. They haven't got the biggest contract just yet. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see the emerging stars by giving the games more value, more weight. But I'll also say this, though. I do feel like at the same time, and before I get to that, I want to say, once the in-season tournament is over and the players get to see the results of it, right? You get to see the awards handed out. Maybe a new household name is made, right? If Halliburton gets an MVP and next season another player is like, hold up, I want to get that MVP. Like that's something I could get. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get a big one to Giannis in them, but I might could get this one. So I think really we'll see the effects of it next season. But I do also want to say that to me, basketball regular season has turned into, did the parlay hit? All right. I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. When I get on the timeline, and obviously my timeline isn't all timelines or indicative of all timelines, but I think I got a good mix of fans and journalists and the whole gamut. But a lot of what I see has to do with, I even saw KD talking about it today, like has to do with, did the parlay hit? And I really feel like the sports betting has decreased the value of actual basketball, because I don't care how you got that assist, just get that assist, right? I don't care why you got that rebound, just bro. I don't care if your team won. Did you get the over? You know what I'm saying? Curry, yeah. Did you hit 5 threes, bro? We're trying to get out the hood. So I do think the NCAA tournament is something good for the league in general, but sports gambling, sports betting has become this behemoth in the sports world, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. And this is in a bad economy, you know, when people don't have money. So
I wouldn't say that sports gambling affected the NBA like that though. Like the NBA season was already kind of long, and I do feel like a lot of people felt that way, which is why I like the in-season tournament. I'm gonna agree with both of y'all for real. I think the in-season tournament has been great. It's given me a reason to care a little bit more outside of sports gambling about the early games in the NBA season, because it can be a long season. I mean, we're in November. It's not even Thanksgiving just yet, and the NBA season is going to be going on for a while. So I think this is a nice way to keep people locked in and keep people interested, and what can be boring games for the most part at this point of the season.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact, bro. I just turned my head to go see the score to the overtime game for Cleveland versus Philly, and that to me, like I would have maybe watched that game, yeah, but like the casual fans is probably not watching that game. And I do agree with you, T, that the way people watch the game is different. I think maybe the betting gives people a little something to keep them going during the 82 game season, because it's keeping people engaged and whatnot. But same thing with fantasy football and other, football and all the other things too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. And I'm gonna ask y'all a question, man, about y'all make some valid points, but I got a very general question about the courts, man. What do y'all think about the courts? Do y'all think it's too much? Like, I
Hate it.
Fire.
I think
Fire.
I think
Hate it.
I think they look terrible, personally.
Yeah, it's way too much. I think it's doing too much.
Courts of fire, bro. I've loved every court I've seen. Just about keep that type of stuff coming, man. Play with the visuals, man. Like, you break the mold of the traditional, especially if you're already breaking the mold of the traditional with the in-season tournament to begin with. Try some things. I love it.
I feel like they just try and put it in some shiny paper to make it seem like, ooh, see, look, we're doing something special.
But see, the thing about the in-season tournament is what we got to understand, right? The first time of anything doesn't start a tradition, right? What starts a tradition is doing something over and over again, right? In addition to that, the way that people actually latch on to it will decide how meaningful it is. And we know what type of society we live in, bro. It's instant gratification. The moment they hand over that trophy to whatever team they hand it over to, and the moment they hand over that MVP trophy to whoever wins it, it's up, bruh. It's up. They're the first ever. They're now the first ever in-season tournament winner, bro. And we saw that happen. So in 25 years, like, one thing we can't ever say? We can't ever say we remember the first of any champion, because we wasn't there, bruh. But we're gonna be able to be like, yo, I remember the first in-season tournament champion. And then
those are valid points, bro. But those courts are ugly as hell.
All right, maybe. And then, hey, on top of that too, yo, when they start putting them little Wikipedia highlights in there, you get your Wikipedia Jones in-season tournament champion. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's gonna mean something, dog. People gonna start. People are fighting for accolades these days, man. And there's just one more to add. And you think LeBron don't want that? You think LeBron don't want to be able to say he was the first ever in-season tournament champ? You want that on his resume, dog.
I like it. I will only add my only tweak that I would make. I would say if I was the commissioner in the NBA, well, I would like a little more something on the line for the team. So I want to see like the team get really, some type of reward. Obviously, there's monetary rewards involved. You know what I'm saying? But I would like for the fans to get something out of it too. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best way to do that is to give the in-season tournament champion a automatic playoff berth.
I wouldn't hate that. I also feel like what do you get for winning the NBA championship, bro?
If you get an automatic playoff berth, I think you got to shift it more to the middle of the season, bro. You can't you give me an automatic playoff berth. Like, what's my incentive to play the rest of the season?
Well, it's like what does the NBA champion get though? Does he get anything? They don't get nothing but a trophy and a ring.
What do you mean? They get all the glory. That's what it's all about.
That's what I'm saying. So the in season tournament gonna get the glory that comes with the in season victory.
Nah,
they ain't gonna get the same glory that goes with a championship though.
What you should do is give them the last pick in the first round and the second place team the last pick in the second round.
Nah,
who doesn't want an extra pick?
I don't like that.
Nah, buddy, because
that's actually not a bad idea.
Now owners are on
the
coaches.
That's something the big league would do.
GMs are on the coaches to get that pick, right? Like you said, if you give me an instant playoff berth, bro, we low managing everybody. We just try and get in there healthy.
I like that a lot, T, because what that'll do is even if you're a team like, let's just say the Wizards, and you probably not going to make the playoffs, you might need that extra pick. Now that gives you even more incentive to play hard in the in-season tournament. So you can see, what I'm saying, like a team that's not really that great win the in-season tournament, and just because they're all trying to go hard for that pick. So
I think there's something else there, actually. The more y'all talked about it, the more it grew on me a little bit, only be from the perspective of tanking. This would give a team some opportunity to not be a tanking team. They could actually go out there and put forth some effort. And then again, the players aren't the ones making the draft picks, so I don't know how much they care about the draft picks, but you might be playing all hard to get your replacement brought into town.
I guess they could extend the draft by a couple picks.
Wouldn't hurt nobody.
But the courts are ugly. Courts are hideous.
I guess I'm the only one that's I'm rocking with the court. I like the courts more than I like the jerseys. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, the game is going to eventually evolve and go to those more colorful courts because that's what the kids are kind of geared towards. That's how it looks on NBA 2K.
That's what I was about to say.
Guys like me out, but those courts are hideous, man.
The courts are very, very video game style to me.
All right, what would you think when you first saw Boise State's field, man?
I honestly hate Boise State's field, bro. Can't stand it.
I'm a fan of it.
To me, it's fire, man. All
right. To me, the blue field is not fire. I just like it that one or two teams have it. You know what I'm saying? If half the teams had blue fields, I'd absolutely hate it. Because why we stopping at blue? Why not red? Why not green? Why not rainbow? Why not
well, the NBA is not stopping. You mad at them colors? I mean, what you mean, right?
Why not camouflage? Why not make the 3-point line squiggly? Like, it's too much.
Why not make the entire? why not make the entire floor one giant screen and show me the replays on the floor they're actually playing on?
Yeah, why not?
You feel
why
me?
Not?
Now that would be lit.
Why not make the 3-point line invisible? You don't even know if you made a three. Like, just change the floor altogether.
The basket just lights up.
Why not move the backboard?
Y'all making me dizzy.
I was about to say this conversation got me spinning.
No, like eventually, like you can't reinvent the wheel, but so much, man. Cars still have 4 wheels, door handles, and a roof and a steering wheel. Like you can add the bells and whistles, but it's something about that OG classic that has the allure. Y'all was gonna pause me, but go ahead, man. Y'all know what I mean.
It's all good. I'm gonna let that slide. Yeah. All right, man. Good talk, man. We gonna talk about the NBA. Haven't talked about it typically during the early parts of football season. Had to get that in. We hit our quota. Now we got to head back to the NFL. We gonna hit the picks of the week. Y'all know what to do. We try and rotate these in. We got a Thanksgiving Day slate this week. And in my opinion, the best game. Actually, it's debatable. The best game is probably the 49ers game, but the Packers are playing the Lions. The Lions are -7.5, and the Packers are getting 7.5. Actually, matter of fact, we're gonna name all three of these games, and y'all tell me which one of them y'all feel like is a lock. We got the Commanders going against the Cowboys. Commanders are +11 in that game, and the Seahawks and the 49ers. And I don't see that line looks even, unless I'm mistaken.
It is.
The Lions are a lock to beat the Packers on Thanksgiving. This is the first time they're favored in I don't even know how long. But Ford Field's going to be going crazy. Jack Harlow's performing at halftime. I can't see a scenario where the Lions lose this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but do they cover?
No.
What was it?
7.5.
7.5?
I don't think they cover.
I think they cover. I think they cover that.
Yeah, I don't think they cover. So
Thanksgiving isn't known for having close games.
It's not known for
They be blowouts on Turkey Day.
That's a good point.
I don't know, man. I think the Packers gonna keep it close. I think the Lions win by maybe 3 points. What's your thoughts about that night game, man? 49ers, Seahawks, 49ers coming off. Don't even recall what they did last week, but
they blew out. They kind of stomped the hole in the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Niners gonna win that game, man.
What's interesting is that game is an even spread. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm wondering what Vegas knows.
No way. That's where it's at now. No way it ends there. Promise you.
It's in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
That must be why.
God, no way it ends there, bro.
So I don't know, man. To me, the Niners look like clearly the better team, but
no, it's not an even spread. The Niners are a 7-point favorite.
Oh, it's 7 now. It started.
We got bad intel.
The way
looking at that. I'm looking at that pick'em.
It was even in pick'em.
No. They just probably haven't put the spread up yet. It's 7. It's
49ers are -6.5. Okay. I mean, I like the 49ers to win that game too. But Seattle, you know what I'm saying, Geno Smith got a little shooken up. All right, we got a couple other big games. Joe Burrow done for the year, so I guess we shouldn't even talk about them. Let's see, what's a good game here? I like this one here. Jaguars and Texans. We got the Jaguars, who I think some people believe them to be a good team. And some people, like me, not too impressed. And then we got the Houston Texans. Who y'all got in that game and why? Bryce, I'm start with you.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there, bro. Two young quarterbacks. You a part of me leans Jaguars, but the way CJ Stroud is playing right now, man, he's a tough out for anybody. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Bro. I think overall they're more well-rounded team right now, and I think really it's gonna be pivotal for them to establish the run. With the Jaguars, bro, there's only one of two ways. There's a lot of teams, obviously, but if the Jaguars can't establish the run, they have to have big plays from either Calvin Ridley or Christian Kirk. And when they don't get one of those two things, bro, it's hard for them to win. Last week, Calvin Ridley went off in the absence of a running game, and ETN getting banged up. But this week with CJ Stroud, man, it's going to be tough. They're going to have to put up points. I lean Jaguars, bro, but the more I think about this game, I could see CJ Stroud just putting up too many points for the Jaguars to keep up with, especially if ETN is banged up. I'm not sure if he's how he's doing. Any word on ETN this week?
No, I don't know. I don't have the injury report in front of me. But I'm on the other side.
Looks like ETN's fine. So we'll see, man. I'm gonna go with Jaguars, bro. I'm going Jaguars.
I'm going with the Texans, man. C.J. Stroud, you know what I'm saying, going crazy this year. Tank Dell, I think, is emerged as the number one receiver there in that group. I think they go dummy. They're plus 1.5. Just keep the point. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and take that money line. That's a money game, bro. Texans, I think, gonna get them. T, what you think?
Man, that's a tough one, man. I do think the Jaguars are so up and down, man, and the Texans are a really good team, but they're young. Young teams kind of worry me because sometimes they play off a lot of emotion and adrenaline in a tight game. You know, we've seen them win tight games, but I don't know, man. I really love D'Amico Ryans. Love him as a 49ers coach. Think his team plays tough. That's the toughest game for me, man. I feel like everything in me feels like the Jaguars should beat them, right? Ridley's better than the receivers they got. Kirk's better than the receivers they got. Etienne's better than the running back. Quarterback could be debatable, but the eyeball test tells you that Stroud and company are the better team. So it's like, but I say all that to say I'm riding with Stroud, man. I'm riding with Stroud. Jaguars can come in there and wash them, but I really think the Texans are a tough out.
Nice. My man Cruz Garcia, I see your question. Appreciate the question. We're gonna get to the fantasy football section next. Rome, who you got in this one? Texans or Jaguars?
I am definitely rocking with CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans in this one. They got him by like, what was it, 37-17 in their first game this season, and that was in Jacksonville. I'm not one who's a big believer in Trevor Lawrence. The way that he was built coming into the league was that he was supposed to be this transcendent player. They used all the fancy buzzwords for Trevor Lawrence, but yeah, here we are talking about him in what his third year, and he's going against a guy who's in his first year, and the division's on the line here, and so far two out of the three of you have picked CJ Stroud. So that says a lot about Trevor Lawrence being so transcendent and all that. So, and we see in the comments, CJ was 20 of 30, 2 tuds last time, 280 yards. Like, I'm definitely rocking with the Texans at home. I love what they do on defense as well as what they've provided on offense, and I think they're the surprise team in the NFL this season. I think come playoff time, they're not going to be a team that you want to go face.
All right. I like that. All right, I got another game it's going to have a question attached to it. So I'm looking at this Cleveland Browns and the Broncos. At first, I didn't want to talk about the game, but I thought that it was interesting because Cleveland's been pretty good this season. The defense has been outstanding. And despite whoever their quarterback is, they've seemed to be in every game. And the Broncos, I said that I would do a partial apology for Russell Wilson. When he looked the best he ever looked in his entire not career, but since he's been in Denver, that was the most like he looked like Russell Wilson. I won't say this: Russell Wilson is not washed up, but he is high level mid. So that's my apology. Cleveland and the Broncos. Tough little game there because the Broncos coming in, they're in the high level mid territory of NFL teams as well. And Cleveland, great defense, and their quarterback is, hoping for the best there. Cleveland's plus 2.5 in that game. Who do y'all got and why? T, I'll start with you.
I'm a ride with Broncos country, man. Cleveland does have a great defense. Their offense, I'm not really impressed with. They're winning despite their offense. Broncos have just been winning ugly games, man. I think this is another ugly game, and I think Russ will find a way to win, man. He made a great throw to Courtland Sutton. I think the team is starting to gel in a way. So I'm gonna go with Russ and company. Cleveland could win this on defense, even score on defense actually, but Russ is what are they on a 3-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak? They're on a little streak. I feel like they ran off a few in a row. I'm riding with Broncos. Broncos country, let's ride.
I feel you. I feel you. Wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with the Broncos on this one too. I've been a Russell Wilson supporter, so like you said, Scrub, this is the best he's looked in Denver in this stretch of games for sure. So I'm definitely gonna rock with the Broncos. I like PJ Walker in Cleveland as a QB. I mean, he's not the
Not gonna be the
greatest, but
starter though.
he's not even starting.
Thompson's gonna start.
No, it's DTR.
Oh, I mean, all right, well. I'm still rocking with the Broncos. Like T said, the Browns, if they win that game, it's going to be on the strength of the defense, and it's not crazy to think that that could happen. So I wouldn't be too shocked if the defense finds a way to carry them to a win. But I'm gonna rock with Russ on this.
Bryce.
Rocking with DTR, man. I watched that man tear it up in the preseason. And the thing I thought after the preseason was, damn, if something happens to Deshaun Watson, his job might end up being gone. And we're gonna see. Here's the opportunity for DTR to prove me right on that one. If he plays like he played in the preseason, he's going to run with the Browns quarterback position. All right. And
he's gonna have to play really well to run away to make them eat $63 million for the next 2 seasons.
That's going to be the tough part. But
they can trade it.
Hey, he can get $63 million from the bench because DTR ain't costing him nothing to be on that roster. So if he can play the way I think he can, the way he showed in the preseason, he's going to really open some eyes. Of course, when he came in relief in the first time Watson got injured, he looked bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He looked bad, but you know how it is, man. You a quarterback spot duty. You're not expected to play. You weren't really prepared. In his first full start, last game looked better, bro. Looked better. Looked better. Now he's got he's fully prepared now. I think we're gonna see growth from this last opportunity. And I think DTR is going to prove that he's, a young up-and-comer at quarterback in this league.
All right, I like it, Bryce. I don't know. I'm not ready to jump jump on the bandwagon yet for the quarterback. The young quarterback, he has been pretty. Show me some flashes. But I do agree with Geraldo here that the Browns plus 2.5. That's a lock. That's a super duper lock. I think the Browns are going to end up winning this game because of the defense, man. You want to put a prop out there, put a $5 on a defensive touchdown. Defense, be careful. Actually, I'm gonna tell you some real stuff. Be careful, because like every book don't list it the same. Sometimes if you do defensive special teams. And there's a difference between defense and special teams. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure I'm talking about try to get defense and special teams that you can. You know what I mean? Because, but I'll say defense. We're probably going to get some more money on that. All right. Bills, Eagles. This is the last game that we're going to pick. In my opinion, this is the best game of the week. Similar to this game this past week. We got the Bills who've been playing pretty good football lately. And we got the Eagles who, Rome just said was the best team in the NFL. Eagles coming to that game 3.5-point favorites. Game is in Philadelphia. T, I'm sorry with you.
Eagles. I'm not convinced, man. That team's one game removed from firing their offensive coordinator. Josh Allen is going to turn the ball over. I don't think you can beat the Eagles turning the ball over. Eagles are going to run the ball, touch push, big splash play every now and then. What's Diggs? Diggs, they're not even throwing the ball to Diggs. Diggs will have Slay on him. And Diggs usually tries to show up when he gets a big matchup. But that's all the Eagles need is for Diggs to get forced the ball so they can get that turnover. I'm going with the Eagles, man. I just from a scheme perspective, Eagles have beat strong teams. This won't be their first matchup against a strong team. I don't feel like the Bills have really beat good teams consistently. So give me the Eagles.
So hold on. I know I've missed a few shows, right? But if my memory serves me correctly, and I believe it does, T is the same person that told me that Josh Allen was a much better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
He is.
I'm remembering that correctly. But you're telling me that Josh Allen's team has no chance. And to use Bryce's is logic here, because Bryce puts it very nicely.
Um,
When QBs are
bro,
even and the teams are even,
teams are not even.
and then the teams are not even.
Teams are not
Cease
even,
and
bro.
desist. You
I've
mixing
said this.
liquor here.
If your memory serves you, I've always said that Josh Allen does not have anybody to throw the ball to. I've always said he has Diggs and no one else. And people try to tell me how good Gabriel Davis is. That guy's a bum. And I'm sorry. Like, he's a bum. If you put him on another roster, you couldn't even play him in fantasy. You can barely play him in fantasy now. So no, the weapons are not the same. Are you trying to tell me AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert match up with Devin Knox, Dalton Kincaid? No, man.
You
Stop
just
it.
messed. Who's Devin? You just messed my man's holding him up. Look, all right. So the weapons might not be completely equal, bruh, but you're telling me that Josh Allen,
He
as great as he is, isn't gonna have a shot. And the reason you say he's not gonna have a shot is because he's gonna do what? He's gonna turn the ball over, and that
Yes.
is exactly why I'm also picking the Eagles. It should be obvious. Like I said earlier, they're the best team playing right now, and that's in large part because of Jalen Hurts, and he doesn't do what Josh Allen does, and that's turn the ball over.
Are you crazy?
That's
He has
making him
turned
the
the
better
ball over.
quarterback.
He absolutely turned the ball over this season.
Not
Fumbles and
not it's
everything.
not even comparable to Josh Allen.
Bro, one guy's trying to win the game by himself. The other guy's tush pushing. Like,
And
look,
you pick the tush push over the hero ball of Josh Allen.
the tush push is a little bit safer. I
It's an
don't
efficient play.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Josh Allen can hero ball his way past a team that just came from the Super Bowl. He might can hero ball his way past the Patriots, but I don't think.
But hey, bro, I think that's one of the more underrated parts of what's going on with Josh Allen, though, bro. Because I think he's forcing that hero ball stuff, man. I don't even think it's necessary, dog, and I don't think it's been necessary. And I think once he starts playing back within the offense and back within himself, that hero ball stuff will stop, man. Because Josh Allen is good when the play breaks down, right? He's really good when the play breaks down. But what Josh Allen isn't, which he seems like he's trying to become, is like a play extender, right? You know how who's good at it? Like Pat is obviously great at both, but Kyler's good at play extending, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mindlessly, what looks like aimlessly running around back in the pocket to buy more time for people to get open, right? Josh Allen's good when the play breaks down, like getting out of there and finding somebody quick, but I don't really expect Josh Allen at 6'5", 6'6", 250 to be running around in the backfield waiting, buying time for Gabe Davis and Diggs. It doesn't make sense, bro. And I feel like he's been doing that too much, man. He got away from running the football. He finally started running the football again a little bit, but Josh Allen always been the guy that runs the football. And it's like he tried to change himself a little bit this season. I need Josh Allen to get back to the original model of Josh Allen. Stop trying to be this 2.0 version. And if this is the week he decides to do that, I think the Bills can beat the Eagles in an upset. I'm going, man, everybody can't go with the same pick. I'm going Bills, man. Let's rock.
Oh, man. I ain't going to hold you, Bryce. You're talking about like something happening this week that hasn't happened in previous weeks. It's kind of like a reach a little bit, in my opinion. But
I'd argue it did happen. What was that? It was like 2-3 weeks ago when that week that all the Bills fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. The whole city was mad at Josh Allen for not running the football. I want to say this was 2 weeks ago, and he responded by having like 47 yards on the ground or something like that. If he gets back to that, Josh Allen, they got a shot, bro. But I don't want to see the Josh Allen running around for his life, trying to extend plays, man. Man, get to the offense, get to it, man, straight to it.
So I said, like when they had this stretch of I think it was 7 games, tough games in a row. I said they'd go 6-1. I think it was. Basically, they would only lose 1 game. And I think there's a possibility this could be the game. just because it's the one game where maybe the guard might be down a little bit, and Josh Allen could have a really great game. So I do think that there's a possibility the Eagles could lose the game. I think it'll be interesting though. We'll see if the Eagles continue just with this winning streak, playing on the top teams. Y'all can say what y'all want about they haven't been that impressive, but to me, you beat that string of teams in a row. It's comparable to a playoff run. I think it is actually very impressive if they do go through this and continues down this streak that they have been on. All right, let's move on, man, into the final. We're gonna do a quick little fantasy football segment. We got a question here from one of our fans and listeners. My man Cruz Garcia. What's up, Cruz? He said he start 6. That's a lot. Start 6. Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Puka, Tank, Gibbs, Pollard, A-Chain, and Kyron Williams. Well, me personally, here, I'm going to start Diggs for sure. I'm going to start CD for sure. I'm going to start Tank. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm going to start Tank. And then I'm going to go. Damn, that's tough to run back.
Yo, do it like this, yo. Just take out the 2. Just take out the 2 he shouldn't start, bro. Because listing 6 names is crazy.
Yeah, that's facts. I'm not starting Puka, and I'm taking out maybe Pollard, to be honest.
Bro, I'm taking out a chain and I'm taking out Kyron. A chain got hurt last week, and there's still no telling if he's going to play this week. If he does, I don't expect him to be 100%. He was coming off IR last week. Kyron, I don't know. I just like your other options better, bro. The only other guy I would say is as close as Tank Dell, but man, with the way that CJ Stroud's playing, I feel like Tank Dell's a must play right now.
Yeah,
I'm taking out Pollard and Kyron.
Pollard and Kyron. I respect that. Kyron just coming off injury. I think that's an easy one to get rid of there. What's your thoughts? Since you're not a bottom feeder anymore, your opinion is welcome.
I'm kind of curious what league you start 6 skill guys. But
that's what I'm saying. Now, I mean, probably 2 flex.
2 flex. Okay, well,
gotta be 2 flex.
How many teams? I mean, like how many guys in the league? Because you didn't draft Puka. You know what I'm saying? So who did you draft on that roster? Seems like that roster isn't that good, personally. Just judging by what's already there.
I think the roster pretty good, and look like my man made some good waiver wire pickups.
I'll say. I'm not playing Pollard, and I'm not playing Kyron, just like Rome said. Could be the end of the line for you, Cruz, Vasquez. But if not, take those 2 bums out.
All right, fair enough. That's the only fantasy football question we got to this week. So,
can we start Brain Robinson?
Wait, we got a new one? There we go. We can start Brian Robinson. Can we start Brian Robinson and Terry McLaren? Yo, who is
the
this?
name's not even showing.
That's G, bro.
Typos, I'm guessing that's G. There, I can't.
That's definitely G.
But if I just based on the typos, I'm gonna guess a G. The G put this message together, bro. Just based on the grammatical errors, I'm gonna go with Gerardo. Gerardo is the author of this here message. All right.
Hey, start Brain.
Brain Robinson.
Gotta go with the brain.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stage name.
The only,
Terry McLaren.
The only must start in that game is Sam Howell. Everybody else, man, you don't know. You don't know where the ball's going. I feel like he throws the ball to different people, different weeks.
That includes the other team, so I wouldn't even say he's a must start. But hey,
I mean, if you are going to start,
about Sam Howell is they're going to be playing from behind. That's part of the reason why he's high in passing yards.
Sam Howell's another guy out there playing hero ball. And he's actually taking some chances and taking some shots that he doesn't need to take. He's pushing a bit, right? And that's kind of what you get from a younger quarterback, but I like it. He's feisty, he's taking some shots. Also, the team isn't winning, right? It's a bad team. I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. He probably doesn't trust the defense. He's probably like, man, we got to score 30 points to win a game. I'm not mad at anything I've seen from Howell this season, especially as a first-year starter.
I'm not surprised at that, T, because you're a Josh Allen guy, and in my very humble opinion, Sam Howell is discount Josh Allen. Like that's how he plays football. He plays like a poor man's Josh Allen, and I don't know if that's what I want nor need for the next 15 years of my franchise, but time will tell.
You reaching like shit talking about some discount Josh Allen, boy. That's not that joint must have been marked down in the secondhand store to the flea market. You know what I'm saying? After it done gone through a couple, you know what I'm saying, users. You know what I'm saying? And then we talking about a discount. I don't know what kind of discounts we talking about.
I actually
highly discounted on clearance.
I actually like the comparison to Purdy better, the mock Purdy, because Purdy plays a similar style. He's just a little bit more polished at it. That's why I actually think this team has something with Sam Howell. Similar situations where the offensive line is a little bit shaky. I really think that's a franchise QB. Now, I know in this city, they turn their back on guys quick. They love guys quick. You kind of got to play Howell, right? And I think the evaluation isn't on Howell. I think you guys need to evaluate the fact that, and people are going to kill me for this, Terry McLaurin is a number 2 wide receiver.
Maybe so.
I always felt that way, but I feel like he played like a number 1. But no, he's a number 2, right? When you brought it, they have a quarterback and they can deliver the ball because they kept complaining. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. You have a quarterback and you're not getting me 1,500 yards. I don't like Brian Robinson either. I think the running game, I think both running backs can go. Also, that whole defense can go because if Del Rio goes, the offense doesn't have to try to score 1,000 points to win every game. They don't got to shoot it out, right? Then they have to shoot it out with the Eagles. Like, that team doesn't have to shoot it out if you had Sweat and Chase and couldn't get any secondary play. It's like, bro, Del Rio's terrible, man. I just seen what's his name, St. Juice, say that the defense were passing off guys in the back end when we could just cover them straight up. Like, bro, simplify the game, man. I never liked the Del Rio hire. Get all them coaches out of there.
Man, I don't want to hear St. Juice talking about we could just cover guys straight up. That man can't cover nobody straight up. Many times does he get beat 1-on-1? Like goofy ass St. Juice, man. Why are we talking about the Commanders? Like, why y'all trying to get my blood pressure high?
No.
Like, you see, I got the Christmas tree in the back. I'm trying to be in the holiday spirit. I'm working like crazy, and we in here talking about these bum ass Commanders. I don't got shit to say about my favorite team in all of sports. This is the one team I get emotional about, and there's some shit right now. There's some trash. I don't have nothing positive to say about none of it. You're trashing my man Terry McLaurin. I got his box of cereal on the refrigerator. Like, come on now. Like, get out of here with this, man. What's the next topic?
Bro, nobody trashed him, but if you drafted Marvin Harrison Jr., right, and move McLaurin to a 2, and Dotson's now in the slot, or McLaurin's in the slot, or some variation of that, I think that offense takes off. Right now, we got a true number 1 guy out there. But that's just my opinion.
I hear what he's saying. I see what he's saying. I don't know where it came from, but you know, I'm respecting the fact that y'all don't want to talk about it. You know, so I respect that.
Nah, what you mean you respect it? They don't want to talk about it.
I respect it.
No. These are the type of fans that when they up, they say anything. When they up, it's not humble. We know that. We know that they wrong, and we let them feel like they right in that moment. And then now that we know that they're wrong, we know what I'm saying. We know that they're wrong. We don't gotta rub it in too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know too. No, man. When you see that injured animal, you gotta kill it. You gotta euthanize it. All right. You can't let it get back up and bite you. You know what I'm saying? The Commanders are down. You got to step on their neck, dig your heel in. Let these fans know, bro. Because I promise you, come next off season, all it's going to take is a few draft picks and a few free agents, and they're going to be talking crazy again. So While they silent,
I don't remember talking crazy. For the record, we always talk about running tape. I don't believe there's any tape of me talking crazy about the Commanders, but
This season,
yeah.
I mean, I think y'all said y'all was gonna beat the Eagles. I recall that. Crickets.
bro.
Aren't we about to talk about some food?
Hold on,
What's
man.
the can we get to the Thanksgiving
Bro,
sides?
this is the same org that said we just got to get rid of Dan Snyder. Bro, you got rid of Dan Snyder, and it's the same football team. It's starting to look like.
With all due respect to you, you can't just get rid of your owner and then turn the corner like after not doing nothing. Like it takes a couple years for that change, this organizational change to happen, bro. Y'all gotta trust the process, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. All right, I hear you. Wait till they beat the Eagles and see how they talk to you. I ain't gonna step in.
Oh yeah, I was saying, and I'm gonna let them talk crazy because I'm gonna know we gonna be right back here, bro. The difference is, we got tape.
Yo, run the tape from when the Commanders beat them last season, and what was Scruff doing?
Oh, I got that vintage tape. Remember that the Commanders in the playoffs right now. He said your Rome was going crazy. He said, "Yeah, the playoffs had today." At the playoffs had today. Commanders in the playoffs. I was like, "Yeah, all right. Check back with me in 3 weeks." Yeah, that joke was classic. We got to run that back just for the holiday season. I'm gonna be having that joke on the loop. Thanks at my local Thanksgiving.
That's messed up,
man. Think about it, bro. You know how much we heard about Sweat and Chase just for them to get sold off like a cheap hooker. Like, get out of here, man. Like certain orgs, I always say this, right? Certain orgs, no matter what decision they make, always find a way to make it the wrong decision. Always find a way to make it the wrong decision. You took a generational talent and traded them for a 3rd-round pick to a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what's wrong with this team. I don't know what's wrong with this fans. I don't know what's wrong with this city. If you've been in this area lately, it's crazy. It's time to move the Commanders out of the city. It's time to move.
This is exactly why I don't be letting T go on these rants. It's time to move the Commanders out of the city. Like, yeah. bro, come on. Oh my God.
They need to move them into the city. That's what was going on. They're in that wretched town of Landover, Maryland. That's what's going on.
It's time to move the White House out of the city. It's time to move the Commanders out of the city. like certain pillars.
Yeah, take the monument out the city. Get you know what I mean? Just get rid of the whole city.
It can go. No, don't get rid of the city, but just take some of this stuff gotta go, man. Some of this stuff that's been tried and true and that the fans love and all this stuff, man. Gotta go, man. It's gotta go.
All right. I'm gonna let these boys off the hook,
take
man.
U Street out the city. Man, I got a whole list, bro. Don't get me started.
He's talking crazy.
You gonna take U Street, take H
crazy, bro.
Take H2.
You said take the White House out the city.
Yeah, bro. Like it's crazy around here, man. I don't know what's crazier, the fans or the teams. Like, I don't know, man.
All right, man. Good talk. I don't think they want to hear it, but we'll get back to y'all next week.
Left hand up. Who are we? Who put their left hand up for anything?
Yeah.
What is it?
I ain't even raised my hand for my left hand.
I'm left-handed, so
backwards.
Man, so unfortunately, this Thanksgiving we are going to have to watch the Commanders. They will be on our television set. You know what I'm saying? So just refrain yourself from throwing up.
What time they play?
I think it's like noon.
The 4 o'clock jump, 4:30.
4:30, perfect. That's time to eat. We don't even need the TV on.
Yeah, good time for a nap, actually. So let's go ahead and get into this start bench cut for our Thanksgiving Day edition. We got a powerhouse on the lineup here. The question is going to be start, bench, or cut. Mac and cheese, yams, or stuffing, or some people call it dressing. You know what I'm saying? T, I'm gonna start with you. You look like a man that what I'm saying knows about the finer things on Thanksgiving.
We gotta start mac and cheese, man. No, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some terrible variations of it online, some terrible recipes. But no matter what, that mac and cheese seems to be a staple in every household. So that's a day one starter right there. Okay, came out the draft, the generational talent. You know what I'm saying? The yams you got to bench because you typically go from the mac and cheese to the yams if you're doing it right. If you know something about something, you go from the mac to the yam, and that sweetness, and you know what I'm saying, that your fork get divine when them two start touching.
Hey, T, are you telling me that the Yams are a good wide receiver too, like Terry McLaurin? Telling me the Yams are like Terry? You telling me?
I will say that because if you lactose intolerant, you might not want to touch the mac. You know what I'm saying? That mac will have you on IR if you do it too much. You know what I'm saying? Have you clogged up and backed up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, and that stuffing and that dressing, that's dead last. You got to cut that, and I'm gonna make some. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, I'm gonna try the recipe. I like it, but when you going against them Goliaths, man, we don't got time for stuff that's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The stuffing don't make or break the Thanksgiving dinner, but them other two can kind of. Hey, who made that?
Yeah.
I agree with that. Bryce, what's your thoughts on this one?
Hey, bro, this got to be like the easiest.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just saying because I feel like we all want to say the same thing, but we might all have some different reasons.
Nope.
Mac and cheese is my favorite food since I was a youngin. So got to go Mac 1A. Of course the yams, man. I swear, bro. I almost like the yams as much as I like the Mac. Honestly, bro. It's damn near neck and neck. But God, you right, man. When them yams touch the Mac, bro. If you look back historically, right, the first person to ever eat yams and Mac on one fork happened. It happened by pure accident. It was an accidental occurrence. It was never meant to happen, right? But now, it happens far more frequently on purpose. And each and every time I do it, it was intended. And the stuffing, the dressing, whatever you want to call it, definitely the third place, bro. I mean, that's the one dish that may or may not be gone at the end of the Thanksgiving. Right? The stuffing.
That's a fact. There's always stuffing left.
Stuffing might be like halfway in that joke, but that's the good thing. That's the beauty of stuffing, is that it's always going to be some leftover for your turkey. You know what I'm saying? That's the leftover joke, bro. Stuffing automatic leftover, dog. So shout out to stuffing, bro. It's the last.
Hey, I'll tell you this about stuffing.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this: stuffing kill it. Stuffing kills it in the buyout market.
Hey, look, stuffing is a role player. Stuffing is a hell of a role player. Hell of a role player, dog. But
stuffing always gonna find a job, find a way on a plate somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Never been an all-star. Never once been an all-star, but hell of a role player. So shout out to stuffing.
Like the Joe Smith of
Bro, stuffing is truly a specialist because you're not getting it on outside of Thanksgiving, man. Like,
nope. Nah,
fact,
yeah. Stuffing is good for one thing.
One day only, bro. Stuffing box make they sales on Thanksgiving.
They living down for one weekend.
Stuffing is the Mariah Carey song of.
Yeah, that and the cranberry. All right, we gonna impromptu tip, bro. I already know what you about to say. I ain't even.
Yeah, same thing.
I'm sorry to even cut you off.
Hey, Scrub, you brought up cranberry, so I got a question, man. If you had to get rid of one, you get rid of that stuffing or that cranberry?
Cranberry.
Stuffing.
I think I
feel like I remember T having this thing with the cranberry sauce, bro.
You gotta have a little taste of that cranberry, just a little sliver. It come right out the can. You gotta have a little sliver on there, bro. I don't know, man. That's something about that cranberry,
bro. I sometimes I let Mac touched the cranberry, bro. Might need an OnlyFans for it, but
Oh yeah, that's
sometimes
delicious.
I let it get freaky.
That man touched the cranberry is underrated. Underrated.
Yeah.
Boy.
Nah,
man,
my plate is very freaky, man. Dang near everything be touching on my plate. I'm a low vibrational plate type of Thanksgiving eater.
You don't want
Hey,
to play
but
with the
cranberry sauce
sections.
is another one. That joint's only getting play on Thanksgiving, boy.
Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah, fact.
That joint,
fact.
like, even more than stuffing to where, like, dog, nobody's even thinking about no damn
Yeah, I don't-
cranberry sauce anytime, any given moment, bro. It's wild.
So I'll ask y'all this: what would y'all, obviously stuffing came in last place in this conversation? What would y'all swap out for the stuffing if y'all had to swap one out, or stuffing firmly third place?
So
Stuffing is firmly
I'm sure I
third.
understand the question.
Mac and yams are necessary.
Is there another side you would put in third place? Because I feel like mac and yams is 1 and 2 as far as
Oh, I
Thanksgiving sides.
So
Okay.
I'm doing something a little different. I told you I'm gonna do the Cajun stuffing, but I'm also going, instead of replacing, I'm adding another side to go right next to it a little bit. It's another starch, I guess, but I'm doing a dirty rice. I'm trying to get a little different with the Thanksgiving since
That's
it's just gonna
different.
be the family.
That's different. That's different.
Let's
I would say personally, this is my opinion. I would take the stuffing out because it's just not the starch. You know what I'm saying? Like we already got mac and yams. That's 2 starches for real, for real.
Oh, it's
You feel
Thanksgiving.
me?
Maybe throw them starches all on that.
Nah, baby. This what I call it.
Big dog, you
Nah,
know what today is?
that's
You know
why
what
you be
today
slumped.
is?
That's why you be slumped, and that be filling you up too quick, man. See, I run the triangle offense. That's the mac and cheese, the yams, and the greens. That's the triangle offense right there, bro. You would
Ain't
put
go
them
wrong
3
with
on your
greens.
plate, staple.
Now, see, I will say this though. That tater salad, boy. When I see that tater salad, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what occasion it is. When I see that tater salad, a little grin gets on my face. All right?
You can't have too much of anything. As my son told me today, that Thanksgiving is really a family mukbang. So you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
I mean, it's accurate though. That's accurate though. That's pretty accurate.
So the more the merrier.
All right, now last but not least, man, pies, man. We ain't gonna do the star bench cut, man. But who's the top dog in the pie game, man? Sweet potato pie.
I'll give you a hint. Terry
Pumpkin
McLaurin.
pie.
My only hint
Apple
is Terry
pie.
McLaurin, man.
I don't know what that means, but yo, who you got?
It's that sweet potato, bro.
Terry McLaurin is not sweet potato pie, sir.
Come on, dog. We said he was a sweet potato. We said he was a sweet potato to the sides.
No, but not once you turn into pie, you're automatically a star player.
Oh, come on, man.
He's more like a pecan pie.
Yo, y'all are disrespecting. That's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Bro gonna have a sweet potato pie game on Thanksgiving. Pause.
He more like a lemon meringue kind
I
of.
was going to say he's like a key lime. You know what I'm saying? He
What?
looks like a star.
Wow.
He's only getting one slice.
He a putang pie.
This man.
Hey, yo, what? Oh,
This man, dog.
that's crazy, man.
I'm a traditionalist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go out of my way to get a pie and make a pie, but if pies are available and there's a variety, if apple pie is there, I always go to apple first.
I feel you, bro. Personally,
Just
apple
store-bought
pie.
apples, though, bro. That's why I don't rock with apple no more. Every apple pie I ever encounter is store-bought, bro. I don't want this store-bought pie in my life. I need
facts.
homemade pies, man.
That's facts. That's the one thing about sweet potato
That's fair.
pie. If it's fresh, if it's freshly made, bro, that joint hit crazy, bro. I know Bryce likes some sweet potato pie, bro. You seem like you'll eat that joint straight with no plate. Just
It's a sweet potato pie, man. Shout out to Miss Rita, man. That's one of my mom's best friends, man. Miss Rita make the best sweet potato pie on this side of the Mississippi, all right? But yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Thursday just so I can have my pie, man. Hey, yo, and if you can't get your hands on a home-baked sweet potato pie, don't sleep on them patty pies, all right? Patty pies going crazy. I don't know if y'all hit, bro. Patty LaBelle got a good thing going, though.
Yeah. You know the Crown Fried Chicken. I'm saying them hood chicken spots be having them warm pods too.
Hey, go ahead.
Them jokes be hidden. All
Man.
right, man. I think we pretty much touched everything. You feel me? Thanksgiving wise, I think we pretty much had a good show, fellas. Once Rome returns to his seat, we can actually we're not gonna wait for him. You know how we end every show, fellas.